So you guys want story time about? Wait, I thought I told you guys this story time already. Have I ever told you guys like how we met and everything? Anyway, I'll tell you right now if I haven't told you. Okay, so Kailani's dad and I, we met online.
Me and my Joey.
We met online.
Me and my Joey.
Yes, you're Joey. Yes, Joey.
Joey.
I don't know why people in 2025 act like it's like voodoo hoodoo.
Hey y'all, it's Destiny, and I don't know if you saw this live stream that Liv did, but I guess it's Joey's turn for her to be obsessed with him. As you know, recently Liv has been talking about multiple other men. She had a guy over there that we call Small Hands. He was just over there for Valentine's Day. Liv came out and said, oh, that was just her friend. And now Liv is about to tell us the story of how she met Joey. Again, I don't know how many story times she has to do to convince herself that this is actually real. But here's another one. So let's get into this Joey story time once again. And yes, of course Stella is in the comments. This woman will always back up her daughter. Especially when she's in the wrong. Especially when she's lying about everything. Maybe that's where Liv gets it from. So if you're ready to get into this live stream, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and don't forget to hit that post notification bell so you are notified every single time I post.
So we're gonna talk about Kailani's dad, okay? Because I had like, I don't know, I was like thinking about him today. Okay, so you guys want story time about? Wait, I thought I told you guys this story time already. Have I ever told you guys like how we met and everything? Anyway, I'll tell you right now if I haven't told you. Okay, so Kailani's dad and I, we met online.
Me and my Joey.
We met online.
Me and my Joey.
Yes, you're Joey. Yes, Joey. I don't know why people in 2025 act like it's like voodoo hoodoo. Like, oh my God, it's like so unheard of that you meet somebody online. No. I meet most of the men that I talk to online.
Okay, I'm kind of confused. It seems like Liv is trying to convince us that she meets all of her men online when people have been telling us and her that that's where she meets her men. She's the one lying about how she met Zolo. And then he came out and said they met on a dating app. Is she trying to sit here and convince us that she meets men online? We already knew that.
I do, because where I go, I either meet them online or I meet them randomly when I'm out. But is that like unheard of? Like, I don't be outside. I don't go to the club. I don't go to bars. I don't party.
She doesn't go to a school. She doesn't go to a job. She doesn't go to the library. Yeah, we know. You see, when people talk about the men that Liv gets with, it's the quality of men. Somehow she gets on these dating apps and meets the same men. Men who have nothing, men who have records, men who just got out of jail, men in halfway houses or homeless shelters or whatever. I don't think people look down on online dating. I think it's just interesting that Liv can find the same man over and over again. The criminals, you know?
I'm a mom. I'm in the house. So like, yeah, whether it be TikTok, whether it be Instagram, whether it be a dating site, whether it be Facebook, I don't be on Facebook, but wherever it be, people really act like, oh my God, she met a man online. She's such a whore. Like, what the hell? Have you ever heard of dating sites? They exist. And yes, I've been on them before. I'm not ashamed. What the hell? No, not at all. Anyway, so I met Joey on a dating site, okay? I met Joey when I was, because I moved to Texas so many times. The last time, when I was in that house, I met him online. Okay, yeah. It was out here. I was still in Texas and he was in Florida. Okay?
Is she talking about the house that she said she got for her family, which included Gerard? That's the only house I remember her living in.
So, I don't know what I told you guys before about him. I don't know and I don't care. Whatever I've told you before, it's because I didn't want you guys in my business and you guys had no reason. And sure, sometimes I make up because it's none of your business. And I tell my story when I feel like telling my story. Okay, so when I got back to Florida, okay, remember I moved back to Florida? Look, she's like, yeah, I'm listening to mommy. When I got back to Florida, I started dating him. So like we went on a couple dates and it was fun, it was cool, whatever. And I really liked him, obviously. And yeah, like we were just filling each other out and whatever. So but mind you, we had been talking, okay? So I felt like I kind of knew him, but obviously not well enough. Okay, so it came time to when we, decided that. Okay, wait. Okay, listen. Okay, so he was in Florida. I came back to Florida. We were dating. Okay.
So she lies so she doesn't have to tell people the truth. So if she knows that, why does she get mad when people call her a liar? She knows she lies on purpose.
And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I got pregnant really fast with Kailani. She's like, yeah, I'm listening. I got pregnant really, really early, okay? And I remember, like, we were dating and we were talking and we were together or whatever we were doing. And, like, we were seeing each other every night. Like, we were infatuated with each other. Oh my gosh. And I got mad at him and I broke up with him. And while we were broken up, maybe for like 2 weeks, I found out I was pregnant. So I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna keep it? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I remember I texted him and I was like, he had just got off work and I was like, I need to talk to you. And he was like, okay. And I told him I was pregnant and he was so excited.
It definitely seems like she's just making this up as she goes along.
He was so excited. I was thinking, oh, he's probably gonna be like, that ain't my baby. I don't want it. You know how guys are. You know how they can be, not how they are. Because honestly, that's never happened to me.
That's why I left. When you put that baby on me, that wasn't my baby. That wasn't my baby. I can't have kids. I had a vasectomy in 2018, 2019. So how in 2021 or 2020 you pregnant by me? That ain't my baby.
Okay. Now, is it possible Liv was messing around with some man? Of course. Of course, when is she not? But the fact that she emphasized they broke up and that's when she found out she was pregnant, that tells me that she got pregnant by somebody else. What I think happened is she was messing around with some man. She probably had him over there at her place with the children. And she broke up with him, got with another guy, got pregnant by him, and now she's trying to pin it on the first guy.
But I've heard crazy things. So like, and you guys don't know me like that. Like when I'm like into a guy, like I'm so like into him. And you gotta tell them, right, true. So adorable. I know. It was so cute. Not you blushing. I like him. Like I told you guys, I folded his clothes. Olivia, folded his clothes. I don't do that, okay? But I want to do that. I want to do that for this one. I always want to fold his clothes, and I want to cook for him. And I want to go over to his house and clean his house. Oh my God, and this is another thing we're talking about, which is so early. We shouldn't even talk about this. But like, I guess that's like how much we like each other. He was saying something about like being married. He really wants to be married. Like, he's a husband type of dude. And he was like, yeah, like when I'm married or something like that. And I was like, I don't ever want to get married again. And he was like, oh, well, if we ever get there, I'm gonna change your mind. He's like, yeah, you're gonna be my wife. I was like, okay. And like, there was one time where I was so into Joey. Oh my God, that's so crazy. You guys want to see what he looks like? I want to show you guys what he looks like because he's so fine. I hate his face. No, I don't. I don't hate his face because my daughter looks just like him. No, don't show him. Okay, I won't. Oh my gosh. Could never show him.
For those that don't know, Mama Stella in the comments, yeah, that is her actual mother. She goes along with everything that Liv says. Y'all remember the Jamaican police officer? Stella went along with that too. It's pretty clear she does not want better for her daughter.
Joey's the big forbidden secrets. That's so funny. No, I'm not going to show him. I'm not going to show him because, Mama, I'm in love with the criminal. I'm just playing. No, he's a bad boy, so I can't show him like that. Anyway, because you guys will find him in a heartbeat because he's that notorious. Just joking. Okay, anyway, I'm so stupid. Just look at my daughter and think of a light-skinned 6'2" man. Okay, that's what he looks like. Okay, anyway, with a bunch of tattoos. Oh, he's so fine. I don't know why I thought about him today. Ew. Okay, anyway, so I was mad at him. I told him I was pregnant, and then he was like, oh my gosh, Don't do it. Don't get rid of the baby. I want the baby. We're gonna have the baby. We're gonna get a place. Blah, 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 blah.
So Joey is a criminal. And Stella's in the comments saying, don't show him. Why is Stella so against showing people who he is? Did she mess around with him too? Is she embarrassed for people to know that her daughter had a baby? Well, not really, but had a baby with a criminal? This is weird.
And then I was like, okay, good. Because I wasn't about to get rid of my baby anyway. I was about to keep my baby, period. So then we started looking for places together. And we found a place over there in Clearwater, as you guys know. And we were going to move into that place together. Okay. But he was having some issues with his daughter in New York. He has a teenager. So his teenage daughter in New York, and we were both very understanding of like our problems, not our problems, but like our situations. Because you guys know I had a situation here in Texas, and his kids were in New York. What, baby? But his kids are grown. That makes me sad for the babies. They're too cute. They're missing out. Yeah, they're missing out. Not my kids. I mean, my kids, yeah, it's sad, but the dad's is missing out. I'll never understand how people can have cute little babies they birth and not care to be in their life.
The craziest part about that comment is they're on a live stream of a woman who has chosen not to be a part of her children's lives. She told us she gave them up. She didn't want to keep fighting for her children. She doesn't support anything that they do in school, extracurricular activities. She does nothing. We are physically seeing a woman who birthed children and then let them go and does nothing for them.
We got the apartment in Clearwater, okay? Hi, Jody. Hi, Sadie. We're doing a story time on Kailani's dad because I don't know. I feel like talking about him because I really have nothing to hide. I just never told you guys my business because it was my business and I didn't feel like it. But right now I feel like it because I thought about him today and I was just like, ugh. And I was just talking to somebody about him. I was talking to my other baby daddy about him. It's not funny how that works. Anyway, so listen.
Okay, so Liv wants us to believe that she is speaking to Zolo because clearly it wouldn't be Gerard. Gerard has already told us he doesn't care about her or those other two children. He cares about his children. So Liv wants us to believe that she was talking to Zolo about Joey. So you're talking to a man that didn't even acknowledge his son's 3rd birthday party. You're talking to that man about the 3rd man. So Liv and Zolo sit on the phone talking about random men that she's sleeping with?
I was so, I wasn't in love with him, but I was so infatuated with him. That's why I want to show you guys what he looks like. He is so fine. And it's not about that. I know I sound like a little girl when I'm saying that. But, oh my God. What? If you guys were to see him, girl, y'all would got pregnant too.
At least Liv is admitting that she does sound like a teenager. When anybody else says it, she gets mad.
I'm so stupid. Oh my God. Anyway, so yeah, we got to the place and like I said, he had his kids in New York. And I never he handled that. And my whole thing is he's a very present father. He's a very present father. He has all girls, okay?
He's a very present father, except for the child he had with Liv.
He has, oh my God, he would be so mad at me since I'm telling his business. I remember one time I went to a restaurant and I gave the people his name and he was like, don't give them my name. What's wrong with you? I'm like, bro, it's just a name. He got so mad at me. Anyway, I'm telling you this because he's different, okay? But anyway, yeah, so if he knew I was telling his business, but oh well, I don't care.
So the man is very secretive and doesn't even want people to know his name. Of course Liv would want a baby by him. Why not?
He has all girls. He has 3 girls in New York. One of his daughters is over the age of, she's older. She has a kid. He's a grandpa. Oh my God, that's so sexy. Oh my God, I'm such a loser. Anyway, he's a whole grandpa out on these streets, okay? So, his two other daughters are obviously under the age of 18, but, they're older. So he was having issues, his 13-year-old was having issues, okay? So he wanted to go back to New York to be there for her, you know, for like a couple weeks. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, I understand that. Like, no matter what, like, if I needed to be with my kids or he needed to be with his kids, like, deuces, we need to go be with our kids. Like, that's how it was. We had that understanding, you know what I mean? And that's another thing. I'm his third baby mama. Like, he's my third baby daddy. Okay? That was another thing.
It sounds like in Liv's mind, both of them being their third makes it more romantic.
So, like, we had a lot of understanding for each other, and, like, we didn't care about our past. Like, we weren't tripping on none of that shit because we were, like I said, infatuated with each other. So, anyway, he goes to New York, and he gets caught up. I'm not gonna tell his business, but he had to stay in New York, okay? Read between the lines. So, not like he didn't get locked up. Don't think that. But something along those lines, okay? So, okay, fine. I find out about it after the fact, and he kept that from me. Like, he never told me what was going on in New York. And I'm like, bro, why didn't you just tell me? Like, but he didn't want me to judge him. He didn't want me to look down on him or whatever the fuck. Because he really did turn his life around. Like, he started working. He's in the medical field. Like, he really did turn his life around. Okay, cool. But still.
Okay, so he is a criminal who works in the medical field, but then he also, got arrested again? So does he still work in the medical field even though he just got arrested?
When he did that, and he had to stay in New York, obviously I'm not going to New York. I had no reason to go to New York. And I just stopped talking to him because you guys have to understand, everything that I've been through with men, I am so quick to cut you off, and I will never speak to you again. Thank you. I will never speak to you again. And if you're blocked, then you're blocked. And I believe I blocked Joey because I believe our last conversation, he told me the truth. And I was like, oh, okay, well, you didn't want to tell me the truth, blah, blah, blah. I blocked him. So, I don't know, you guys. We were beefing like my whole pregnancy. But really, it was like he wanted to be, you know, after a couple months went by, it's like he kept telling me, okay, like, I want to come down to Florida. I want to come. And then I moved to Texas, and he was like, okay, you moved to Texas. I want to come to Texas, and I want to be there for the birth.
I think Liv didn't want him there for Kalani's birth because she knew that wasn't his baby. Or maybe she just didn't want him on the birth certificate. This is getting interesting.
Look, there was a couple times we stopped talking because I stopped talking to him, and I believe I blocked his number. So we stopped talking. I blocked his number like the first 3 months. Then we talked, and then I don't know. I blocked his number again, and we didn't talk for another 3 months. And then like towards the end of my pregnancy, when I had like 2 months left, he was like, okay, so I need all the information about the birth and where am I going? Like, I'm coming out there. And I was like, no, I don't want you here, which was so stupid. I should have fucking just let him come out here. I regret that because I took that away from him, and I feel like if he was here, he would have built that bond with his daughter and whatever. But I was being hard-headed, and I was still mad at him. I was like, no, like, you weren't there my whole pregnancy. He always told me, because he understood like what I went through with AJ, that I did it alone. So
Yeah, she did it alone with AJ. Well, she did have her sister at the hospital with her, but she tried to convince everybody that a man was there. She's the same one that got on here and said that Joey was there for AJ's birth, just not Kailani's.
it's like, I'm never gonna be like that guy. Like, I'm never gonna put you through that. I'm never gonna do that. And then the motherfucker did it. So I was like, nah. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck you. Okay, so I didn't let him come out for the birth. And I believe even when I went into labor, we were still beefing. So, like, but I remember I sent him a picture of her and, you know, whatever. And then we talked. And then we were talking. And then we were talking. And then, I don't know, you guys. Like, we've had so many ups and downs. Like, we've had so many ups and downs, him and I. And, but he was very, very much involved up until recently. He's been involved, obviously not on a personal, like, he's here with me, but as far as like financially and like always calling and always everything.
Can you just imagine being Liv and having to lie this much? Every day she has to sit up and think, which lie am I going to tell today? This has to be exhausting.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking about him. But I swear to God, if I ever do talk, we're not talking right now, but if I ever do talk to his ass again, I'm gonna cuss him clean out. See, I'm mad at him again. It's like I'm always fucking mad at him. And I don't like that. But I'm mad at him right now. Has he ever met her in person? No, he hasn't. So yeah, with that being said, like I said, I'm not gonna like get into it and tell you guys exactly the details of everything. But was he mad? Yes. You know, did I have to calm him down? Yes. Did I handle the situation? Yes. Did he come to the apartments and yes. He knows with everything that's in his name. And it is what it is. I have 2 of his children. If I need to use his name again for another situation, I will. And that's what I will do because he is my baby father and he looks out for me. He takes care of me. He's actually about to take off here. Well, he has like the really late flight, but I was with him earlier. I'm about to go back and anyway, it doesn't matter what I'm about to do. What else do I want to say? I can't tell you guys the other things I'm dealing with. No, he's not pressing any charges. He's not a bitch nigga. He's a real man. He would never take me to court. He would never play with me like that. He loves me. He takes care of me. Period. Only certain niggas take you to court and do all that shit. The bitches. He's not a bitch. He's a man. And I'm not trying to throw shade. It's just, you know, that's my honest opinion. So, he's not like that though. But it's so funny to me how like people on this internet, they judge and they're like, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. Like, they say the craziest things. Like, they don't have fucked up baby daddy situations as well. Like, girl, what?
People talk about Liv because she lies so much.
And you know what's funny? But you know what's weird? After I went through what I went through with Gerard, I was like, I never want to get close enough to a man where he could ever do that type of shit to me again. Because whether you guys want to believe it or don't want to believe it, he got my kids off of a technicality. He got my kids because he went to the court system and lied on me and did what he had to do to take the kids away from me. And I'm never going to let that shit die. I'm never going to let that shit go. Like, that nigga hears that shit to this day. Like, I'm never going to let it go. Like, I'll be in my 50s and 60s still saying the same shit because that's exactly what happened. So it's like, I never wanted a man to get close enough to me to be able to do that. Now, that's why I was okay with having kids by myself because I didn't trust men. You know what I mean? I didn't trust men after that whole situation.
I just let him know to me, bitch, you don't know him. That's okay. I could just block him and he ain't gotta know nothing about the baby. The nigga probably don't, he still to this day probably don't know about that he had a whole child with her. That fake ass, the person she on the phone with, that ain't nobody's daddy. Bestie. Bestie. Bitch, don't. She met a random white man on POF.
So when I had AJ and Kailani, I already had it in the back of my mind that I was going to do it by myself. Like, I already knew. Like, AJ, like, I've been 100% taking care of AJ by myself for the past, I don't know. Not like 100%. His father helps me here and there, and that's cool. Like, he doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. I don't care. I can do it on my own.
Okay, so she's been taking care of AJ 100% by herself, but Joey is paying all of her bills. Joey sends her money for AJ and Kailani. And why is she not mad at Zolo? This man is the one that told Gerard everything that helped him win in court, clearly. Zolo's the one that said y'all were over there doing illegal substances with the children in the same apartment. But she's saying that she lost the kids on a technicality? Zolo was the one that helped her children be taken away along with her not following what the court told her to do. Remember, nobody can tell Liv what to do.
But it would be appreciative, especially if you're going to blast them all over your channel like he does. Somebody like all around. Don't just pretend that you care for the internet. I don't like that shit. That shit's not cute. But like other than that, like if he didn't want to be a part of AJ's life, I don't care. That's his loss. That's his loss 100%. Just like with Kailani. If Joey didn't want to be a part of Kailani's life, that's his fucking loss. Like, that's his loss. Like I said, I already had like the notion in my mind, like I'm gonna take care of these kids by myself. Like I'm gonna do this shit on my own.
She met a random white man on POF.
You know, don't pretend though. I'd rather you just not be around if you're not gonna be around. That's cool. You know? So this January that just passed, Joey and I decided that we were gonna make it work. We were gonna make it do what it do.
So y'all remember how Liv was saying last year, the end of last year, that she was moving in with Joey. He has the house already. He's waiting on her. They have to give the dog to somebody. She has to take the children on an airplane. Now she's going to tell us that Joey was just going to move there with her.
So he was gonna come out here. He was gonna move here. Tell me why 2 days before he was, or like maybe a week before, a couple days before he was about to come out here, we get in a whole nother fight and I blocked him again and we haven't talked since. And this was his flight, I believe, was like January 12th or something. He was coming out here. But we got in a whole nother fight and then he's blocked and we haven't talked.
So this is a new story about Joey that Liv wants us to believe. It's pretty clear Kailani will never meet her father. Her father must have been some random white man from POF. Liv is trying to pin this baby on somebody named Joey, just like she tried to pin AJ on Joey, knowing that was Zolo's baby. Zolo doesn't care, and Liv even mentioned it in this live stream how she doesn't like that Zolo really doesn't care about AJ. He just blasting him all over his channel. Nobody cares about these two babies. And even Stella, the grandmother, sees what's going on here, sees that her daughter needs help, and she is still letting these children stay with her. Maybe Stella needs some help too. But y'all gotta let me know what you think about this situation. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely see you in the next one.